Jimmy with Cuff and Stuff Barbecue. Well, today we're going to do one that was inspired by Dash at Barbecue Catering Info by Steel Drum Smoker Barbecue. If you don't know his channel, which I can't believe you don't, but if you don't, I'm going to stick, I'll put a card right here. Now, what Dash did a porchetta on a rotisserie. Now, I'm not going to do it on the rotisserie, I'm going to do it on the smoker, but I'm going to do it two different ways. I'm going to do it the way I've done it before, which is sort of a traditional method. I may use some untraditional things, but the other one I'm going to do very similar to the way Dash did. Now, Dash uses certain seasoning. He uses some other things in there that I'm not going to use in the second one. Stick around. This should be a good one. So, hang tight. Okay, so what I've got here, I've got two pork bellies. I've got a smaller one and a larger one. The larger one I have brined. It has been in the brine about 3 hours. I just took it out of the refrigerator. This one I have already opened it up, butterflied it, and all I've done is I've taken the knife and gone right at the fat line and peeled this meat back. All right, I've taken this one out of the brine, and you can see just from the color of the meat, you can tell this one has been in the brine. This should be moisture. It's a lot bigger piece of meat, a lot thicker, so that should help it from drying out, keep it moist. And the brine that I used was a combination of apple juice, water, and just salt. And that salt should open it up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other one. I'm going to open him up right at the fat line. And you see where I'm going. And you just take your knife and you just keep it turned down toward the fat. And I'm just taking and I'm just basically, it's almost like a butterfly cut. And I'm peeling this meat up as I cut. And it leaves a little on the, a little meat on the fat. Let me get this side, as I want to peel it down. But with porchetta, you're making basically a meat roll, and you're saving this skin and this fat. There is that one done. And let me get my stuff out and I'll show you what I'm going to use. Okay, so this I'm going to do Dash's way. Now I'm not going to put it on a rotisserie, but I am going to put it in a smoker. So what Dash did was he put a all-purpose seasoning, all seasoning on it, and that's what this is. And I'm going to be sure I get both sides. Now I do notice this has a little paprika in it. I couldn't tell whether what he was using had it or not, but that's okay. I'm going to put it in. Now, one thing Dash did do on his recipe is he used, this is pesto, and this you can find at the grocery store. And it is somewhere between a relish and a paste. And this small one. This is a small jar. So I'm about gonna be able to get this entire jar on this one. So there we go. All right, next I'm gonna take and start on the meat end, and I'm gonna start to roll it. I'm gonna roll it up like this, and I'm gonna roll it into basically just a log, just like that. Now you can see this smaller one, how it's pretty thick, but what we're gonna do is I've got some string that I've already cut, and I'm just gonna slide it under. I'm gonna bring it up, and remember, when you're doing the butcher twine, always go around 3 times and pull it down. Tie it again. And I'm gonna do it a couple of more times just to hold it in there. Now, I know that I am using 4 on this one. And so, cooking time, so I don't get picked on like others for serving string, I want to be sure when I take it off that I've got, and there you go. That's what it looks like. Now it's okay if your meat hangs out the end. That'll make a good snack. All right, and see here we've got the second one, and this is the bigger of the 2. And this is going to be more in a traditional Italian manner for this porchetta. I'm going to use some things that aren't. I've got ground fennel, and I've got thyme mixed in here with it, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to cover my fat side with my fennel and my thyme. And fennel is a spice that is traditionally used in Italian porchetta. So I'm going to cover the fat side with it, just press it in. Now those were seeds. I had to take and grind them to make them work. If you can find pre-ground fennel, that'd be wonderful. I couldn't. All right, I am going to use a favorite of mine. This is South Texas Red. You've seen me use it in a lot of stuff. I'm going to put this in on the meat side just to add a little kick to it. I have seen zest from lemons added to it. Instead, I'm using Gator Shake. Gator Shake's already got a zest in it. You know, Uncle Steve's got something. Now we're doing Italian food with a Texas shake. Can't beat that. All right, and just for good measure, I'm going to sprinkle the rest of that thyme over the top of it. All right, so I'm going to start to roll this up, and you see this is going to look like a humongous big roast when we get through. This was the bigger of the 2, and there we go. Let me get some string, and I'm going to tie it up. All right, and again, I'm not superstitious, but I always seem to like to start in the center when I'm tying these up. I don't see a lot of people do this, but this is the top side that I'm gonna cut, and all I'm gonna do is take this knife and I'm gonna poke some holes with the end of the knife through the skin. And the reason I'm doing that is the fat underneath will render better. It will help that go through. I'm gonna do that on the other one. And then we're gonna take it out and get it on the smoker. And so when we do that, I'll bring you back. Well, okay, let's put these on. All right, I've got a probe on this side of the cook chamber, one on this side, and one in each porchetta, okay? I wanna run my pit about 250 degrees. I'm looking for about 145 internal on the porchetta. Let's take them off. Warm. And let's take this one. Oh yeah. Close him up. We will take, and I'm gonna loosely tent this, take it in, and when we get ready to slice it, I'll bring you back. All right, well, we have our porchetta and done two different ways. This bigger one is more traditional Italian. The small one, not so much. This is Dash's recipe. Now, I haven't done it on the rotisserie. I did it on the smoker, but I'm gonna take and just cut down and cut it in half and show you what it looks like on the inside. Doesn't that look good? Looks pretty good. All right, now let's do the larger one. My goodness. There we are. Look at that one. That is a roast. All right. Well, there's only one thing to do. Now, traditionally, this was cut paper thin and put on a sandwich. But I've done it today. My goodness. This is good stuff. I can taste the seasoning. That's got fennel in it. I taste the fennel, the garlic, the salt and pepper. All right, Dash. Let's try a slice of yours. Now this has the pesto in it. Let's try it. Man, that has a lot of similarities. That's good too. You know, this way was so much easier than this one to make. Goodness, that's good. Well, thanks for sticking around. This is porchetta. You saw me do it two different ways. Now I smoked this on the stick burner. I held it between 225 and 250 degrees. It took 4 hours to do this way. Oh my goodness, is it good. Again, thanks for sticking around. If you haven't already, hit the circle on this side and subscribe. I'll have another video for you on this side. Until next time, hang tight.